Well, that's Low Gap Shelter. That's where I spent the night. Hide between a couple of trees over there. Anyhow, heading out today. It's supposed to be a 9.7 mile to Unicoi Gap. And that's where Brother John will pick me up. And it's supposed to be a sunny day. Mostly sunny, I think. We've got some light clouds overhead. The little thin stuff. But no precip. Going to spend the night in the RV tonight, which is probably a good thing. It's supposed to get down to like 22, 24 degrees tonight. So, a good place to stay warm. All right, moving on. I'll bring you back. Yeah, just came across this little stream. Well, I just seen that stream there you watched there, but just before that I had to stop and take my hoodie off. Even though it's 43 degrees, there's no wind, so it's really quite comfortable hiking with just what I got on here, not having extra layers on. That's the valley back there behind us. Today's hike, like I said earlier, is 9.7 miles. The profile for today looks to be very moderate ups and downs. No real steep butt-kicking climbs or descents that are so steep that it's really hard on the feet. Appears to be pretty mild, so may make better time than yesterday. Was averaging a mile and a half an hour overall, so I may average about 2 miles an hour if this continues like it is. Well, I got a companion here. His partner took off on up the trail. And there they go. I guess they decided I'm not the one they wanted to be with. Yeah, that's too bad. They'd have made good company. Alright, continuing. So, I've been hiking along this pathway here, this portion. And it's very gradual up and down. And I got to looking at it. I think this is an old, maybe a logging road or something. But a lot of places are pretty wide. And of course the trail just occupies a portion of it. But if you look at it maybe back in the day, sometime decades ago, this might have been an old dirt road up through the hills. A little more of this green tunnel today. Today we're surrounded by mountain laurel. Green tunnel surrounded by rhododendrons and some mountain laurel. And in the spring when these rhododendrons bloom, it's quite the sight, I understand. Maybe I'll still be in rhododendron area by that time. It'd be nice to see. Yeah, it's quite dark under here. And it totally blocks out everything. I've been making pretty good time so far this morning on this old logging road. Or farm to market road or whatever it is. You can tell it used to be a road. But the slopes are nice and gradual up, gradual down, so it really doesn't impede your progress too much. Well, I was going along following the trail. There's a white blaze there. All of a sudden realized that's not a road anymore. But the road continues up that way. It's been a nice gentle climb and enjoyed it so far. But now the work begins. Well, it's a little breezy up here. I think I need to put in the dead cat. Okay, hopefully that's better. I just want to point out this little feature here as I'm climbing uphill. You can see it slopes off one side and slopes off down the other. The AT has a habit of following right along these ridge lines. Some are a lot steeper than this. Some are pretty good drop-offs. Oh, there are some good views over there. And quite a bit to see over there. Of course, the trees up close probably making the distance fuzzy. Let's continue going up and see what up brings. Well, we came to this little split in the road here. There's a trail going up there, but it's got a blue blaze on it. So that's not ours. So the sign says this is Chattahoochee Gap. I guess that trail up there is Jack's Gap Trail. But I see a blaze, a white blaze up there, so I guess that's my path I'm taking. And I came from up there. And there's a blue blaze there, so I guess Jack's Gap Trail goes down that way. Oh, it says there's water down there. Yeah, I don't know how far down you gotta go get water. Seems like quite a ways. But I'm good for now. Alright, let's go this way. Well, I've got a sign here that says water that way and camping that way. I see a camp ring down there somewhere. Unfortunately, the trail goes that way in the direction of the water. And I'm just about out of water. So, I plan on stopping there to get water and maybe just taking a short break. It's close to noon, I believe. And I really haven't had a sit-down breaks since I started at 7:30. I think that's how I started. I didn't sit down. But the water issue, watch the step, is at night I take my water filter and stick it under my hammock above the underquilt. The underquilt serves to keep your backside warm because the hammock material provides no insulation whatsoever. But when it pulls up against the underside of the tarp, or the hammock, then it keeps you warm. On the bottom side, well, I got enough body heat radiating into that area that I put my filter down there on nights where it may get below freezing, because if it gets below freezing, my filter freezes, it destroys it. You won't know it's destroyed, but it won't filter water anymore, and you get sick. So anyway, that's where I put it at night. I can't check yet without taking my pack off, but I may have left it in there. And to get it out would be quite the chore. So, we'll see. I just don't remember handling it this morning when I was breaking camp, which makes me think I did forget that. Alright, we'll see. Well, there is Blue Mountain Shelter over there. And we're going this way. I look back and see this sign behind me. Blue Mountain, 4,022 feet. I certainly put that up there in January. I guess that was nice of them. Well, this is the high point for the day. So now it's all the way downhill to the Unicorn Gap. Well, I'm almost down. I can hear the cars on the highway down there. Probably got less than a half mile to go, maybe a lot less than that. Sorry if the wind's a bother. I don't have my dead cat hooked up. Yeah, but John's gonna meet me there. He's already set up in the park. So, should be down here shortly. Well, we made it. Down there is Unicorn Gap. And Brother John's RV Support and Shuttle Service should be there waiting for me. Got this final descent. The last little bit was last quarter mile, half mile. Very, very rocky. You think it'd be nice, you know, but no. And sometimes descending over rocks like that can be just as torturous on your legs as climbing. But gotta get off. I don't know what time it is, but we'll take a break to the rest of the day, and then tomorrow is a full day off the trail. It's what we call a zero. So while I got you, anytime you hike, those miles accumulate for your total. Now if you do side trips, those are non-counting or 0 miles. Like if you walk into town, that doesn't count for the AT. The other hand, but days you do hike, I don't think there's anything written in stone anywhere. But the way I look at it, if you're hiking 10 miles or less, well, let me back up. If you're not hiking at all, it's called a zero, because you're doing 0 miles. And that's what I'm going to do tomorrow, is a zero. Now, if you hike my book, the way I look at it, again, it's not written down, 10 miles or less during the day, it's called a Nero. N-E-R-O. As in nearly 0. So, again, that one's not written down in stone as far as the distance. But today, officially will be a Nero because it's 9.7 trail miles, according to the book. So it doesn't quite count for a full day of hiking. And my very first day, I only did 2.8 miles of actual trail miles. So that would be a Nero as well. So you take Neros and zeros when you get them, when you need them. Other than that, you hike. All right, I can hear the traffic down there, motorcycles. I should be down very quickly. All right, here's your sign. Low gap, 9.6. That's where I spent the night. All right. Down here is the trailhead. And you can see the cars through the trees there. Hopefully Johnny's one of them. Yeah. Wonder what that means. Look at us over there. That's Unicorn Gap. I believe, let me zoom in. I can't zoom in. But that's Brother John. Alright. Get a break in traffic and get across here. Alright. There's the lifesaver. Hey. All right, time to turn this off and start turning everything else off that's tracking what I'm doing.